Hello, my name is Bekah Salas Mercer, and I am originally from San Antonio, Texas. Now I am a litigator in New York City. I did my undergraduate education at Baylor University, where I studied political science and I minored in business administration. And I took a gap year in between my undergraduate education and law school. After the gap year, I went to Stanford Law School, and that is where I obtained my Juris Doctorate. After law school for 2 years, I clerked for a federal judge in a federal district court. And after that, I clerked on the Massachusetts Supreme Court. After clerking, I moved to New York. I am currently a litigator in New York City, and my main goal right now is just to really be the best litigator that I can possibly be. I am trying to get much more involved in the New York City bar and was recently nominated and selected to be on the litigation committee of the New York City bar. So I'm really excited about that, to represent my firm in the local bar and just to meet other great litigators in the city. I'm also a member of the Puerto Rican Bar Association and starting to become more active in the New York chapter of the Catholic Lawyers Guild here. When I was at Baylor University, I was recognized as an outstanding student in the political science department, and I was very active in the undergraduate Moot court and was really successful in that. I was recognized many times in the regional competitions for the good work that myself and my Moot court partners did in those local competitions, and also was recognized as a top speaker regionally and ultimately qualified for nationals all 3 times that I did Moot court, which was really exciting. And the second time around that I think it was the second or third time around that I qualified for nationals, I was recognized as a top national speaker, which was really a tremendous honor. At Stanford, I graduated with pro bono distinction. I would really recommend, as a key to success, is to expose yourself to the legal environment, whether that be by working as a paralegal, maybe spending a summer working as a legal assistant at a law firm, and just getting to know attorneys and getting to know law students. And maybe even if your undergraduate school, if your university has a law school, maybe try to audit some classes. I think the more you're familiar with at least the practice of law, and also individuals that are law students, you're less likely, I think, to be intimidated and to get the kind of intimidation that creeps in with imposter syndrome. And so I do think that is a key. What sets me apart as a consultant when it comes to law school admissions is that, well, first of all, I love working with students, and I really especially enjoy working with neurodiverse students. And I say that because for me, I take a very individualized approach when it comes to how to tailor the steps for each student in crossing off the certain requirements that are needed to get done in the application process. I really focus on what works best for the individual student. I don't think one size fits all, and every student works at a different pace and also has different sources of motivation. So I'm very individualistic in that sense, and I'm very much of an empathetic individual, and I have just a personal interest in the success of my students. And so for me, I care to check in about student emotional well-being and ultimately do whatever I can to help reduce stress as best as possible. I think one really great strength I have is to be able to help the student ultimately frame their application and in a way that shows their unique and very valuable perspective and experience that they bring to the law school classroom. I have the particular strength of being able to really hear one story and find what are interesting things about it and what are certain characteristics and strengths that one has that actually would allow them to do well in law school. And I think many people are very surprised to know how maybe what they find to be an ordinary background can be the exact profile of a student that's missing to a particular class that is being put together and selected by the admissions. I'm very passionate about helping students with the law school admissions process because for me, I approached law school admissions from the perspective of I did not have anyone in my family that applied to law school. And I was really fortunate to have a fantastic law school advisor at Baylor University. Just that knowledge that I got is something that I don't think a lot of people get when they're considering applying to law school. And I feel like, at least for myself, I want to be able to make the experience of applying to law school not feel like it's something that there are certain secrets that need to be, in a way, gated. And I want students to really be able to best present their truest selves and see how, in doing that, that can be embraced by law schools and ultimately then allowing students to get into the place wherein they're the best fit possible.